As it was previously mentioned, social emotional learning is a big focus of ours in Kings Canyon Unified this school year, considering everything our kiddos have gone through with COVID and being out of school and just a disruption to their regular routines and schedule. Some of the things that we're doing at school is teaching kids about their social emotional skills. This consists of growth mindset and goal setting, emotion management, empathy and kindness, and then also practicing their problem solving skills. So here are some ways that you can practice this at home. So, for growth mindset and goal setting, you can practice with your children having helpful versus unhelpful thoughts. So, for example, a helpful thought is having a growth mindset. What is that? So sometimes we get stuck in thinking, I can't do this. But we can change that unhelpful thought just by doing something as simple as adding a yet. I can't do this yet. After saying something like, I can't do this, say, no, you can do this, and have them say, I can do this. I will do this. I will continue trying. Those would be all examples of helpful thoughts versus unhelpful thoughts. As far as advice for learning something new, as an adult, give your kids the opportunity to practice giving you advice for doing something either new or something hard. So, for example, if there's something that you are struggling with, let them know that you are struggling with it and have them practice giving you advice for how to cope with something that is hard. So, for example, tell them, I need encouraging words. I need you to motivate me, and have them and some of the things that you would be looking for is for them to say, you can do this, I believe in you, you have to believe in yourself. So those would be all forms of them giving advice when you are struggling with something. In regards to practicing emotion management, so preparing for a hard day with positive self-talk. I don't know about you guys, but transitioning in from the weekend to a work day can be hard even for us grown-ups. So it's really similar for our kids, transitioning from fun days at home to coming to school and being expected to work and complete assignments that probably aren't the most appealing. They do struggle with that transition. So, preparing for a hard day with positive self talk. So, what that can mean, as we talked about before, using helpful versus unhelpful thoughts or using positive affirmations. So, what that is having them practice saying nice things to themselves. Or it could also be something like questioning their thoughts. So if they're saying, what if I have a bad day? Having them rephrase that and say, well, what if it's actually a great day? So examples of different feelings towards same thing. So what this is referring to is having kids practice that it's okay for others to feel a different way about something. So for example, I know for us grown-ups, sometimes we don't all agree during a political election. And it's okay for others to have a different mentality, but sometimes kids don't understand that just because that's the way they feel about something, another child may not feel the same way. So, giving them examples of things that people don't agree on and why it's okay for people to feel differently. So, practice empathy and kindness. So, here are some ways for you to practice empathy and kindness at home. Just giving them opportunities, showing them, modeling for them, you being empathetic and showing kindness. So, empathetic is basically a way where you're if someone is struggling with something, you don't say, oh, well, that's too bad for you. Oh, that's unfortunate. Sorry you're going through that. It's going that extra mile and saying, I'm really sorry you're going through this. I can only imagine how difficult it is if I was, or how difficult it would be if I were in your position. Being kind. So just showing random acts of kindness, whether that be opening the door for someone, saying good morning to someone, including someone who is alone. All of those go a long ways and can teach your kids a lot about being kind. And then, of course, giving them the opportunity to practice that. What they will do to show empathy. So, what this question here is asking is set your kids up in a way where they plan to do nice things or show empathy. Ask them, how will you be kind today? How will you show someone empathy today? And have them verbalize or tell you how exactly they plan to do that. Practice problem solving. It's very important for children to know that can be more than one solution to the same problem. So have them think of a problem, or maybe it's a problem they're already experiencing, and have them come up with multiple choices for a solution. More than saying sorry. I know we run into situations where we make a mistake, there's an accident, um, and it's not about just saying sorry and just brushing it off. It's going that extra mile to find a way to resolve the conflict or make amends in that relationship. So, for example, if you ran into someone who was carrying papers and they dropped their papers everywhere, you wouldn't just say, "Oh, sorry, gotta go." You would try and help them pick up the papers, of course, also with apologizing. So, having them act on those extra steps of really demonstrating that they're sorry and not just saying it.